On the second anniversary of George Floyd's death this week, President Biden signed an executive order on police reform. George Floyd's killing also prompted a growing number of police departments to ban minor traffic stops in a move some say could save lives.
I'm stopping you. Do you have a license?
In Grand Rapids, Michigan, a traffic stop started over a license plate and ended with Patrick Lyoya dead. An hour away, Lansing, Michigan banned traffic stops for minor infractions altogether in 2020 after the killing of George Floyd. The goal? To avoid unnecessary escalations, racial profiling, and so-called pretextual stops, where an officer uses a minor violation to pull over and search a car, says Lansing Mayor Andy Shore.
What's been the pushback that you've gotten? Because you're essentially asking the police not to enforce the law.
Somewhat. Our police officers are still pulling people over, but they're doing it for public safety reasons.
The officers were concerned that we were trying to take tools away from them.
Lansing Police Chief Ellery Sosby says it was a hard sell to some officers, but he says the ban could save lives.
If I pull over a traffic stop for a busted taillight, and there's not a gun in there, and it escalates into something that puts the officer's life in jeopardy or the citizen's life in jeopardy, it's just not worth it.
According to a New York Times investigation, in the last 5 years, at least 400 unarmed drivers and passengers have been killed by police during traffic stops nationwide, with black motorists overrepresented. Dante Wright is one example. A 2017 report found that traffic stops were the leading cause of officer deaths in police-initiated interactions, like in the shooting death of Chicago police officer Ella French last year. Chesapeake Police Chief Calvin Wright opposes Virginia's ban. He says escalation is the real problem, not traffic stops.
Do you want to address the problem or do you want to address the symptoms? That would be my question. Let's examine what's taking place and how can we be trained better to make sure that things don't escalate, or if they do escalate, how do we make it so that there are better outcomes?
Back in Lansing, Mayor Shore says they do a lot of de-escalation training, but banning minor stops reduces the potential for escalation and increases trust.
A lot of it is a trust factor. Our citizens have to be able to trust the police.